you?
Doing good.
Mikey, man. 147. You only look 147 now. You 2 weeks out.
All good?
All good.
I was in Europe, so I just got back.
Yeah, I heard you were.
Yeah, so I was right there, and then I took 10 days off, and now I'm back.
Gotta get back
So I'm
to
gonna
work,
come
right?
and see you train next week.
Yeah.
Mikey, friendly. What's your friend's banner? Mikey,
Traigo unos shorts y una shirt, pero ahorita que me raja. Ahorita we can do the interview. Sí, put it right there.
It's just like that.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, go ahead.
I can squeeze in, man.
how you doing, Mikey?
I'm good, thanks.
So, what's your walking around weight? Just so I can conceptualize an Errol Spence fight.
Natural 150, 152 is average for me. We don't really gain a whole lot of weight. You know? It's just natural weight. And as soon as we start working out, you know, weight starts to drop. Pretty comfortable. We pick up the intensity and strengthen the diet a little bit more, and you know we cut down, but it's not that challenging.
Have you been following Robert Easter on social media, Instagram, or Kevin Cunningham?
Not quite.
It seems like he's given it. Well, he's giving like everything into this fight.
Well, he should. I mean, it's a big fight, not just for myself, but I'm sure it's probably the biggest fight for him, or at least that's what he's expecting, and I think that's great. That shows me that he's excited, motivated, and hungry, and you're gonna see the best Robert Easter on July 28th.
How about the reach? You know, you've got 8 inches of reach advantage. I'm sure that you've been preparing for that, obviously.
I don't know exact numbers. I haven't really paid attention, but I know he's very tall and has a longer reach.
What does that open up? I mean, obviously that's an advantage for him, but what does that open up for you?
Well, I think in the gym, I'm already working with different sparring partners to work on different things and make the adjustments. Either I catch him reaching in, or I have to, you know, put pressure and work my way inside. You know, there's gonna be different things that I'm capable of doing. You know, like I said, I'll make those adjustments. But I'm pretty experienced already, fighting taller guys in the past, so I don't feel that it's a huge disadvantage. It's a disadvantage on paper, but once it comes to fight night, you know, I'll be ready.
You've got some body punching opportunities for a guy that tall too.
Well, the natural, you know, thing is to probably work the body. That's what, you know, theory says, but I'm not a big body puncher naturally. I will be working the body if the opportunity is there, but that's not like the only game plan that I'm trying to hold to. You know, like I said, I have a lot of things that I can do, and I'll be prepared to do whatever it takes.
Like, you obviously see the top rank stuff, and you've been very active. You're 30 years old now, kind of in the prime of your career. How much emphasis is there to kind of remain active during these prime years, and what are you maybe hoping to accomplish over the next couple of years?
I think I'm in my prime right now. I feel in the best shape. I feel in best shape physically. You know, I'm mentally in the best shape also. Very strong mentally. So I'm very happy with the way things are going for me. I do want to stay active. I think I need to take advantage of the moment right now. Take on the biggest fights available. Give the fans fights to remember. Give fights that people can talk about and be excited for. I want to keep fighting, champions. I want to keep fighting big fights. Those are the fights that excite me the most.
Is this Spence thing like a real thing that you're considering?
No one believes me, but when it happens, you guys are gonna be surprised. I'm very serious. I really would love that fight. I'm not looking, past Robert Easter, but if everything goes well and we're not, injured or anything like that, the other fight that excites me would be a Errol Spence fight. And the challenges that he presents are so great that that's what motivates me the most.
How much would it take? What would the process be like to get to 147 comfortably?
Well, I just gotta change the training a little bit more. Gotta change the diet a little bit. I wouldn't be really cutting weight. I'd just be maintaining a natural weight, which I think is gonna be fine for me. But we do gotta change the training a little bit so that I can adjust to that size, the welterweight division.
How did the fight at 140 kind of, affect your thinking in regards to the Spence fight? It looked like you were fighting a guy who you were a lot better than maybe technically, but again, the strength kept him in the fight.
I can feel the size advantages, the size difference. 2 fights at 140 against Adrian Broner and against Sergey Lipinets. Those fights, although we were at 140, I'm on weighing, you know, fight night, they were a lot heavier. I was probably about 47, 48 on fight night. They were probably 155 or close to 160. I could just feel the size, I could see it. But I still have the abilities to fight and overcome that size disadvantage, that strength. So with Errol Spence, a little different because he's also very talented. Technically, he's a very, very talented Greek fighter, and he still has that size and weight advantage. But that's what excites me because everybody says no, all you guys think it's a joke, and I'm gonna do it.
You talk about being at your peak right now. How do you think you're a better fighter now than you were before the 1.5, 2 year layoff?
I'm hungrier, I'm more motivated, I'm more experienced, I'm in a happier place. And if you're happy and you enjoy what you're doing, then you do it, you know, that much better. So I'm very happy. I think this stage of my career is the one that people will remember most.
How much longer do you want to, you know, again, not that...
You know, I don't have a specific, you know, time, like number of fights or years or age that I want to retire. It just depends on my body. If I feel comfortable fighting for the next 5, 6, 7 years, I'll keep fighting. Who knows? It could be 1 year. I mean, it all depends on my body. But as things are going for me right now, I think I'll be here for quite some time.
Earlier in your career, before the hiatus that you took, you liked boxing, but you were a little bit ambivalent about it. Robert said you like it a lot more because of where you've gotten.
The time off kind of helped, you know, reignite that fire. And now that I'm in control, like I said, I'm very happy with the way things are going. I'm happy with my career, the way I dictate, you know, terms and how I'm guiding my own path. This is great. So I'm in a happier place. Just, you know, spiritually, it's much better, and that's why I think I'm going to continue to fight for a little longer than originally expected.
Mikey, could you possibly talk about what it means after so long to be back in LA and headlining the Staples Center, the biggest arena that they have here in LA, one of the most significant name-wise for sure. Could you talk about what that means to you, having your home fan base here and being able to not just fight but unify possibly and perform in front of your fans? Could you talk about that?
It's very special to be back after so many years. You know, I think it's like 7 years that I was last here in LA, and that was before I was champion. So now that I come back, you know, after all my accomplishments, you know, I get to come home, you know, to LA. We get to put on a title unification match for my local fans. I think it's terrific. I'm excited. Every time I walk into the ring, you know, the moment where I get a little bit of the butterflies or emotional, it's that ring walk because of all those fans that show up. And now I get to do that and experience that here in my home, you know, crowd. That's special, and that's why I really look forward to this on July 28th, because I know the fans are going to really show up and show lots of love and support.
Hey, Mikey, I had a chance to ask Rich. I want to ask you the same question. For you and Robert at this point, in both of you guys' careers, both champions, how important was it for you and for him to make this fight happen now? So it's not too often where we don't get the best fights with the best fighters, but for now, I mean, arguably it's the best fight for both of you guys.
We wanted big fights. Like I said, I want championship fights. I want big fights. He's an undefeated world champion. I'm an undefeated world champion. If we wait any longer, you know, who knows if that fight could ever even get done. You know, I felt that this is the best moment because it's a fight that excites me. I don't want to take on just title defenses against contenders that people will, you know, talk shit about. People that don't know them, oh, he's nobody. I want to fight champions, you know, and that's why we wanted this fight. And I'm sure he wanted it too, because he wants to prove to everybody the kind of fighter that he is, that he's a world champion, you know, undefeated champion for a reason, and this is the biggest fight for his career. So it's my first unification match, his biggest fight. I think there's no better time to host this.
How good is he, and what problems does he, other than the height and the reach, what problems does he present?
He's actually naturally a fighter. Even though he does have height and reach, he sometimes gives that up to fight, which makes it a tough fight. You know, he's a tough fighter. He definitely has the heart, and he doesn't take no for an answer. He's there to win. So that's what's gonna make it a good fight. But like I said, I want the best Robert Easter, so that I can also perform to the best.
This urgency to kind of fight the best guys and, you know, take the biggest fights, did that increase at all? You know, because you think of the 2 years off?
Yeah. Well, I wanted to make up for some of that time also. Yeah. But once I came back, you know, I hear the fans, I hear the media, and they're always criticizing other fighters for taking on other opponents. Now, the media and the fans sometimes are harsh. They might not understand why you need to take on certain fights. Maybe certain opponents are not available and politics or whatever. But if I can dictate my own career, and I am to this point, then I'm taking on these fights. I want champions. I don't want to just fight, you know, title contenders that are ranked number 10 or 8 in the world, and everybody's gonna be, you know, talking bad about. That's why we take on these kind of fights, undefeated contenders or undefeated world champions.
Would you be closer to fighting a guy like Spence at 147 than you would be a guy like Lomachenko at 135?
Well, I think because of promotional reasons, I think that's a fair assessment. I think a fight with Errol Spence is probably easier to handle and make than a fight with Lomachenko, just because of promotional reasons.
You know, you come from a boxing family, obviously you've been around the sport a long time. Do you think that, again, when you kind of talk about that urgency and taking advantage of your prime, you know, do you think that maybe how you grew up and what you've seen gives you a greater appreciation for like a prime of a fighter?
Well, I grew up in it, you know, since I was a little kid, you know, watching my brother and watching Vargas and, you know, with my dad now and my brother as a trainer. We've gone through a lot of other careers. We've seen it. You know, I want to make sure that I give the fans the best of me while I'm in my prime, and that's why we're taking on these fights. You know, and it's better to just give them, you know, good fights now than wait 5-7 years later, and it won't be as entertaining. It won't be the same. People will enjoy it, but will say it should have been 5 years ago. It should have been 4 years ago. So that's why we want to give them fights right now.
Is it your hope that other boxers would sort of take your lead? Because I think that's one of the problems with the sport, is that, you know, these promotional differences keep the best fights from happening. You can even look to the welterweight division.
Look, some of the other fighters have different agendas. They have different ideas. Maybe they just want title defenses. Maybe they want to rack up a number of wins. I don't know. I want to fight the top champions. I want to fight for the titles. I don't know what other fighters want to do. Also, like you mentioned, the promotional reasons. Sometimes it's promotional reasons, network reasons that fights don't get made. I'm able to work and get these fights done, so like I said, I'm very happy to be able to do that for the fans. And if I can continue doing this, then that's just what I'm going to keep doing.
What's your ceiling physically in terms of weight?
I don't know. I mean, 147 might be it. I don't know. If the right opportunity is at 154, I might be 154.
When you woke up Monday, how did your body feel at fighting at 140?
I was fine.
Felt fine?
Yeah, I felt fine. You know, it was a tougher fight. Lipin is a strong dude, and he was, you know, throwing punches. He landed some good shots. But I felt fine. I still felt, you know, strong enough and quick enough to fight with these guys. Even though they have size advantage on fight night, I still felt pretty comfortable.
And Richard Schaefer says the tickets are hot. Congratulations to you. You're officially an LA star and potentially mega star. What do you foresee yourself at the end of your career? Do you want the statue alongside Oscar? Do you? What's the end goal?
That's not something that I'm chasing.
Hall of Fame, obviously.
I mean, I'm not chasing anything like that. I'm not looking for that #1 pound for pound status or, you know, anything like that. I think if the fans give me the recognition, that's enough for me. I don't care what, you know, any of you as far as media want to put me #1 or #5 or whatever it is. That doesn't matter to me. If the Hall of Fame at the end of my career says, you know, you're worthy, great. That's another accomplishment. But what I'm worried most is just what the fans, you know, idea and you know, thought process is about.
Mikey, your next fight date, May and September. Are you gonna take over those 2 dates?
If we can get one more fight this year, that's first. I would like to get past this and then maybe land one more before the end of this year. If we do, then maybe next year we can start looking at those 2 dates if the right opponents are available. You know, it's a big, now it's becoming a big boxing, you know, day for Cinco de Mayo weekend and September weekend. So it'd be great to be able to do that, but you also need the right dancing partner, and I mean, I understand that, so I can't just go in there against nobody. But I'm trying to pick the right guys. I'm trying to get champions, and I think those would be exciting fights to land on those dates.
Why are all the media members sweating like crazy and you're
Yeah, I
not?
was gonna say, let's do one more
hot,
question.
man.
and then
But you're not sweating. They're nervous.
The lights are on you.
You can hear a little longer.
that should be the last question. Why is that